What I'll really miss is the phone going and that black country querulous voice. Mick here? I can't do his accent. And, you know, you were in for half an hour of amusing, pleasant, happy time. And, you know, that's gone from my life.
Without him, I think that Time Team would never have survived. Somehow he imbued it with his own intellectual rigour and with his own sheer humanity and love both of life and of the job that he did.
Mick was a huge inspiration to me. Since leaving Time Team, I've set up a sort of outreach organisation from the University of Cambridge. The young people who are digging here with us are learning new skills. It's about raising their aspirations for the future. And this is the next generation growing up who will take Mick's spirit forwards.
I ended up with a university place because of Mick's courses. So he is responsible more than anybody else, really, for getting me my first start. And how many other people must he have done the same for without ever knowing about it? He didn't go to the Queen's garden party, and I have heard it said that that is because he absolutely refused to wear a suit. I mean, of course, he'd have had to buy one. He wouldn't have had one in the wardrobe. He was very anti-establishment. He thought that if you were good, if you were interesting, then he'd talk to you, but if you were dull and in charge, then he wouldn't.
He would have ripped me to pieces for accepting an honour from the establishment. He was a people's person, and he wore that badge with absolute pride.
People have come up to me since he's died and said, I never met him, but I feel like I knew him. And I think what they're sad about is that the world is now going to be a slightly less interesting place because Mick's not in it.
When I got my honorary degree at Southampton, obviously I needed people to be there. And Mick was just such an obvious choice because I loved him as a colleague, and I also wanted my uncle, who was well into his 80s, to be there. And my uncle was totally overwhelmed by the whole afternoon. And Mick, bless him, put his arm round my uncle and guided him through the afternoon. And I remember I shall always, you're getting a bit emotional and choked up now. But my uncle came away and he said to me at the end, he said, what a nice man, he said. He said he totally put me at my ease, and that it was totally Mick. And for that, I will forever be eternally grateful to him.